Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, let's take a look again on the Forex markets. So today is Friday, last session of this week. In general, this week market was relatively quiet compared to what we saw on the previous 2 weeks. It was absolutely tough price action across the board on any currency, on any market, so it was really significant action. This week mostly it was gradual, at least on the currency pairs that we were considering. British pound, euro currency, and gold as well. And today, since we whole week have dedicated to euro currency, today I think that we could take a look at the cable again, because here's one moment exists that could make the next week trading on the cable, and I think that we need to talk about it. Besides, on euro currency, as you can see, nothing is going on by far, so the setup that we discussed stands in progress. Market stands right now at the resistance, and we should wait either for downside reversal and breakout and reaching of the 1720 area, as we said, or alternatively we said that we also will keep an eye on the possible reverse head and shoulders in the case if upward action will start right from here without any downward continuation. That's euro chart and follow time frame. So we said we will keep an eye also on the possible head and shoulders here, because market could start upward action. So that's what we keep watching here on the euro, while today it makes sense to take a look at the Great British pound. What do we have on the cable? Cable has its own driving factors, as you know. Besides the lockdown, you know that's coming deadline for Brexit negotiations, and it's less and less chance that will be some meaningful agreement will be achieved. Besides, the infrastructure of the Great Britain on a potential border with the European Union is not prepared for custom activity, so it's also a different task. It's a question of the organization. Also, some legislation acts has not been adopted yet for starting of the work of the customers and in general to organize all this work. So some problems exist. That's concerning fundamental part of the situation that we have on the cable. Technically, guys, here we suggest that in the next week it could be a reversal to the downside on the Great British pound. Currently, it's difficult to say. We do not know what particular driving factor, what could happen that will trigger this downward action. But here we see some bearish moments that exist on the market. First of all, market is forming sideways upward continuation in the shape of the flag, and as you can see, I make this trend line longer to touch these previous lows as well. So, but in general, this is flag consolidation, and mostly it looks like here. Well, but this is not the major point. Major point stands on the weekly. So if market will close here or even a bit lower, on the weekly chart, take a look. We could get bearish grabber right around strong confidence resistance that already has been tested. Since this is mostly some kind of the retracement after the collapse, here's we could get the bearish grabber that theoretically suggests the drop below these lows, the breakout of this area, and it could be potentially even deeper downward action in kind of the A, B, C, top, D pattern, at least, maybe even stronger. We do not know currently, but that's definitely the point that we need to keep an eye on, because forming on the grabber here, this will be bearish and suggest on the next week possible downward action. The attractiveness of this setup is that with the grabber in place right at the confidence resistance on the weekly chart, it's everything clear to you. So you know what the pattern stands in the center of this setup. You know where is invalidation of this pattern. You definitely know where your stop should be, what particular will be vital points for this setup, and it's mostly easy to trade it. Besides, on the lower time frames also have some patterns that could make the overall process of the trading also relatively easier. So on the 4-hour time frame chart, take a look. We also have bearish divergence. It's growing here. With this top, this market start dropping. And on the hourly chart, we have potentially bearish hand and shoulders pattern. So that's a pattern that probably could be triggered, could start to work if everything will put together and everything will come in agreement by the end of this session. So if we'll get the grabber, if this hand and shoulders will be formed, everything will stand in place. In this case, this potential could be an interesting scenario to consider. So currently with this pattern, market should show some pullback. Probably it will be somewhere to the 132 area. Here, as you can see, minor confluence or resistance. And in general, previous top stands in the area around 132, maybe slightly higher. Somewhere in this area should be the top of this pattern, where potentially a downward action could start. So, as you know, as you see, overall setup is not triggered yet because we do not know whether we will get grabber on vehicle or not. But today we could keep an eye on and think about the setup. Maybe we will take it on the next week.